So one thing to understand is that most teachers in America have never had any safety training. You can get a PhD in chemistry and never take a safety class. So this whole concept of the hazards of the chemicals that they're working with is a pretty new concept with them. They know acids are corrosive, but they don't know anything really about the toxicity of the chemicals they're working with, except for maybe lead and mercury compounds. The other thing they don't know about is that some of their chemicals can degrade over time and become explosive. And the flammable storage cabinet is one of the places where we typically will find these things. And usually it's in the biology department rather than the chemistry department, because a lot of the explosive solvents are used to do things like put fruit flies to sleep. So one of the things we do in here is very carefully evaluate the chemicals. Here's an example of a fairly new bottle of cyclohexane. Cyclohexane is a flammable solvent, which is why it's in the cabinet. Cyclohexene is a peroxidizable solvent, also flammable, but what happens with it is over time it evaporates through the cap and air comes back in to replace the displaced solvents. And the air can react with cyclohexene or ethyl ether or tetrahydrofuran and form shock-sensitive explosive crystals in the cap. And twisting the cap is a shock. And the friction can be enough to detonate the crystals, which detonates the flammable vapors, which blows up the bottle. A bottle of ether about the size of this bottle is equivalent to about 2 sticks of dynamite. So imagine a teacher pulling out an old bottle of ether to see if it's good and twisting the cap. You've got a dead teacher. You've also shattered every bottle in the stockroom, and they're all now reacting. So one of the things I talk about is how fortunate it is that the kids in Columbine High School weren't chemistry majors, because they didn't go into the stockroom and set off a bomb in there and create explosive, corrosive, and toxic vapors that would permeate through the school in addition to the other problems that they cause.